Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Isaiah chapters 35 and 36. These two chapters offer a powerful contrast. In Isaiah 35, it's a simple vision of restoration, poetic, hope-filled picture of what God will do for his redeemed people. Then chapter 36 shifts dramatically to a historical narrative as the Assyrian army surrounds Jerusalem and threatens God's people. Together, these two chapters remind us that God not only promises renewal, he also steps into real history to defend his people. Let's start with chapter 35 and dig in a little bit deeper. After the intensity of judgment in chapter 34, this chapter feels like a breath of fresh air, a vibrant picture of the world made right. It says in verse 1, "The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom like the crocus." This is more than just a return to prosperity. It's a vision of creation being healed and joy replacing sorrow, and of God's people being restored. Some key images throughout this chapter include weak hands are being strengthened, feeble knees made firm, the blind seeing, the deaf hearing, the lame leaping, the mute singing, streams in the desert, glory in the wilderness, and a highway of holiness for God's people to return home safely. And perhaps most moving of all is the image found in verse 10, "They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away." This chapter is both a promise and a prophecy, pointing to Israel's return from exile, but also forward to the kingdom of Christ, an image we find in the book of Revelation, where God would literally heal the blind and lame and eventually bring his people home for all of eternity. Chapter 36 is the enemy at the gate. The poetry stops and the historical drama unfolds. The year is around 701 BC, and Assyria, the superpower of the day, has taken most of Judah's fortified cities. Only Jerusalem remains. The Assyrian king, Sennacherib, sends his commander to intimidate Hezekiah and the people standing just outside the city walls. This commander delivers a chilling message. "On what do you rest this trust of yours?" in verse 4, and then again in verse 15, "Do not let Hezekiah make you trust in the Lord." He mocks Judah for trusting Egypt and then mocks trusting in God himself. This is spiritual warfare in real time, an attempt to undermine confidence in God by sowing fear, doubt, and compromise. The people on the wall are silent, obeying Hezekiah's command not to answer. At the end of the chapter, Hezekiah's officials tear their clothes in grief and bring the message to the king, setting the stage for one of the greatest deliverance stories in the Old Testament. These chapters are all about judgment and placing trust in God, because God will never let us down. That's it for today. Be well, friends.